what they do might be sort of just cheap nutrition, is just going after the arms rather than engulfing the entire animal. Like maybe this might be exceptional for all we know. Mm-hmm. That said, it could be typical. It's hard to say, but
yeah, I don't know if you saw, Chris, before we found the crab, the brittle starfish were absent from the seafloor, and then we came upon the crab. Do you think that that has been like his food source, and he's basically decimated those in his area?
It would be hard to say because, I mean, typically predators don't always wipe out everything that they eat.
Wow.
And
are you watching this with the disc?
What?
He now just picked up the disc. You probably will see it in a few seconds because of the delay.
Okay.
But he's shoving the whole disc in between his mouth parts now.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that idea that I had earlier, maybe not so much.
Well, I don't know. We still don't know what he's going to do with it, but he definitely has a good hold of it.
I could certainly see that the crab might be following where the large aggregations of those brittle stars were showing up. I don't know if they would necessarily have just like wiped out everything there and moved on. I get the impression that the distribution of an abundance is more related to what sort of shows up there from larval distribution and all that sort of thing. The other thing is that there's more than one critter that feeds on those brittle stars because there are gut content analyses of some of the Solaster species where they found brittle star pieces in the gut, and it's always people are always cautious about attributing things like that to predation, because of course they could just be detritivores and have been feeding on the sediment or whatnot. But sun stars, those Solaster species, could also be feeding on brittle stars. Then the arms are probably they seem more opportunistically like a food source than the disc. So maybe that's why you see such high rates of sublethal predation in these. But this is definitely a novel observation. I'm sure people will be relishing the video for for quite a while.
The number of appendages that are being used for this process, and they all have their own functions. It's really fascinating.
I've never seen this on any crab this up close and personal, even shallow water crabs. I mean,
it's like he's brushing off the area.
Chris, have you ever known crabs to be predators like this of the brittle stars?
Not brittle stars so much, but I know that crabs will feed on the papula on sea stars, and they'll basically descend on them and pluck off their arms or pluck off all of the soft tissue, and just sit there and just pick essentially small tasty bits off of them for a while.
He's got some of the insides, I think. I think he's broken away the outer portion of the shells.
Yeah, it does look like he's eating parts of the inside now.
Oh, he lost it. He's spitting it out.
Maybe he just spits out the calcareous part. Or not calcareous.
Wow. Well, I don't think anybody has ever observed a deep-sea brittle star being fed upon to this level.
I'd be surprised.
It's amazing. It's quite a complex process he has going on there.
My gosh.
Wow, that's quite a strong animal. I mean, when you consider how tough that disc is, that's quite a strong set of jaw pieces.
It's very leathery.
Upper two orange parts are just piercing into the shell material.
He definitely takes out some parts that he wants and then spits others back out.
Is he intentionally breaking it and then?
I think so, with those orange pincers at the top.
Wow.
I'm glad he doesn't mind us watching. I can hardly wait to hear the music that our amazing video team puts to this little clip.
I was thinking the same thing. We had crab legs for dinner on the ship, and those are relatives of these crabs, so... And they were delicious.
Yeah, well, it definitely is better eaten than brittle star legs.
Yeah, let's not have that on the menu, please.
If you do, you can grow up big and strong like he did.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll have to molt.
Well, he certainly developed bigger, more calcareous spines. I wonder if that's actually what they like the brittle stars for, is maybe they somehow...
the calcium carbonate.
Can uptake the calcium carbonate.
From my perspective, sitting here, it seems like he's sort of getting at the interior soft. You see it falling away from that leg and then throwing away the outer exterior.
Yeah, it does look like he's very, very picky about what he's taking. And
he's filleting the brittle star.
Well, that is... Yeah, okay, well, that dismisses a whole bunch of different hypotheses. That's good to know.
Well, at one point, he ran an entire arm through all of these different appendages, mouth parts, and like, I don't know, like a cleaning off the stalk.
you can see all those setae on the mandibles and... And you can also see those kind of holes underneath his eyes. And Tom Hansknecht reminded us that those are gill bailers. So that's moving water through the gills.
And I wasn't here when you zoomed in on the crab. About how big is he, or did we not have the lasers on yet?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we had the lasers, but I don't remember the details. I'd say about 20, 25.
Yeah, I was going to think about 20 or 25 centimeters.
Yeah, we can get lasers again when we zoom out.
Yeah, he's really going to town on that.
Well, every little feast in the deep sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this one's going to be able to regrow its legs. Oh my goodness.
We're very fortunate that the ROV can remain in this position for so long. We often have to move on, but the ship's, I guess it's able to maintain its position right now in the Gulf Stream.
Tom Hansknecht said that gill bailer, the scientific name is the Scathignite.
And he also noted that the mandibles did not work until it got to the body disc.
Yeah, the big ones.
All right, watch. Did you want to continue watching this, or did you want to move on?
Those mandibles to pierce and crush the body plate.
Well, again, I emphasize to the people listening, those discs are really tough. I mean, they're they have the consistency of a light stone. So this thing its mandibles and its mouth parts are doing a pretty amazing job.
All right, video, want to zoom out, and then I'll try to get lasers on it.